Cross-examination is possibly the toughest challenge in advocacy. It is one phenomenon which cannot be learned by reading a bare act or a commentary. In this video, we as a demonstration tried to highlight some elements of cross-examination. Let's have a look. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello, namaskar and welcome to Law Charcha. In our last video, we presented a demo examination in chief. I thank for the wonderful response and appreciation received from our viewers. I also value the suggestions that came to us. Our team has this time enacted a cross examination. This is only a demonstration in which we have tried to reflect how the four important pillars of a court, that is, the judge, the witness, the defense lawyer, and the prosecutor, do their respective work. We have tried to show this in minimum possible time. So, certain details are skipped and their existence is assumed. With this rider, let's begin and understand in a nutshell facts of the demo case in the video from my colleague Advocate Hussein Kopti.
There was an incident which took place on the 12th of December 2018 in Daryapur at around 1 am. There was an argument between three men over a dispute of crops getting stolen at night. Bhavani Shankar and Ramlal Thakur are owners of 1 hectare of land. They received a tip from their neighbor Ramba that Bhiku Matre was the one who would steal the crops at night. Therefore, Bhavani Shankar and Ramlal Thakur decided to catch Bhiku Matre red-handed. It was at about 12:50 am that they saw Bhiku Matre stealing the crops. Both the owners immediately went to catch hold of him. Ramlal Thakur tried to shoot the incident on his mobile phone while Bhavani Shankar attempted to catch hold of him. At this time, Bhiku Matre tried to escape but Bhavani Shankar caught hold of him. At that moment, Bhiku Matre took out a koita that was tucked in his trouser and then hit Bhavani Shankar on the left shoulder. Now, as Bhiku Matre saw Ramlal Thakur recording the incident on his mobile phone, he hit Ramlal Thakur on the right arm and crushed the mobile phone under his feet. Bhiku Matre then fled away from the scene.
This is the examination in chief of the witness. If you want to read, you may pause the video. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Shivaji, you may proceed with the cross of the witness.
Are you a teacher, Mr. Tripathi?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shivaji, have you read the examination in chief?
Yes, my lord, I have read the exam.
Are you sure? Because then you shouldn't be asking questions, answer of which are already there in the examination in chief, unless you wish to suggest otherwise.
I apologize, my lord. I apologize. Mr. Tripathi, what is your regular day like? What do you do?
So I usually go to school in the mornings at around 7 a.m. and return home by 3 p.m. After which I'm at home preparing for classwork for the next day. In the evenings at around 6 p.m. I go to hang out with some friends and ideally return home by 7:30 p.m.
How are your relations with your in-laws?
We have very good relations, sir.
Since when and how often do you go to visit your in-laws?
So it's been about a year and I visit them once or twice every month.
On 12th December 2018, who were you traveling with to your in-laws' place, Mr. Tripathi?
Sir, I was all alone.
How is your relation with your wife, Mr. Tripathi?
Sorry to interrupt, my
Nothing.
lordship. I do not understand where is my learned friend heading. How is the relationship of the witness with his relatives relevant to facts of this case?
Yes, Mr. Shivaji, what are you driving at?
My lord, may kindly bear with me. I'm formulating some point. If my learned friend continues to interrupt, the whole purpose of this cross will be defeated.
Okay, continue, but be sure that the purpose of your cross is not defeated by your own zeal.
I'm obliged, my lord. Mr. Tripathi, does your wife generally travel with you to your in-laws' place?
Yes, sir, on most occasions.
So even on this incidental evening, she must have traveled with you.
No, sir, she did not travel with me on that day.
Why? Did you have a quarrel with her?
No, sir.
Then, yes, Mr. Tripathi, why did she not accompany you? Was it because she was not at your house that day?
So yes,
Where was she staying?
at her parents' house.
When did she leave for her parents' place?
So sometime just before the incident.
Precisely when? About 6 months before the incident?
No, sir. No.
Then since when? May I help you? Was it around June 2018?
So probably yes.
You precisely don't know when your wife left for her parents' home.
So I just answered it. I said June 2018.
Any reason why she was staying with her parents for almost 6 months?
Your Honor, all of this is irrelevant. And I think it's wastage of court's time.
My lord may kindly bear with me. I am trying to arrive at a conclusion and the court will find my questions relevant then. Yes, Mr. Tripathi. Any
She had
reason why she was not staying?
she had just gone like that to visit her parents and stay at her parents' house.
For 6 months? Did you quarrel?
No, no, sir.
Then why did she leave her home and leave your home and stay with her parents for 6 months?
So my
Was there
parents
any quarrel with your parents?
so my parents stay at my native place and there was no quarrel with them. There was no chance of a quarrel arising.
Then is it because of the incident in your college?
No, no, sir.
Mr. Tripathi, was there any incident in your college around June 2018?
No, no, sir.
Are you sure? I must remind you that you are under oath. Please speak the truth.
Your Honor, the defense is intimidating the witness.
No, Your Lordship, I'm simply reminding the witness that he is under an oath and his memory seems to be faltering away. He cannot tell why his wife was staying away for 6 months. Anyway, I'll come to the point. Mr. Tripathi, I put it to you that in June 2018, a student with whom you were having an affair complained of a sexual harassment case by you.
Yes, sir, but that the said complaint is
I
falsely
object.
registered.
I object, Your Honor. The defense is crossing its limits.
Mr. Shivaji, I'm sorry, but this all doesn't seem relevant.
My lord, may I say something? It is not a coincidence that a student makes a complaint in the same police station which is investigating this present case, and the wife of the witness leaves the matrimonial home. Please bear with me, my lord. Okay, my lord, let me ask something else. Mr. Tripathi, do you go to your wife's home for dinner?
Yes, when invited.
My instructions are that they don't even talk to you, but you can proceed with such lies. What time do you return from your in-laws' place generally?
So after dinner at around 10 p.m.
But you said you were returning around 1 a.m. Do your in-laws stay over 100 kilometers away? Why were you returning so late that night?
So it was that day where we lost track of time and did not realize what time it actually was.
You lost track of time. Was it because you were persuading your wife to come back and she refused? And she refused because you have an affair with one of your students.
No, sir, that's not true.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
No, no,
Was
sir.
there any case filed against you on the student's report? Mr. Tripathi, please tell the court if a sexual harassment case is filed by the police against you.
Yes, sir, as I mentioned, a false case has been filed.
What has that case to do with this matter? Don't waste time.
It has, but as your lordship pleases, I will ask him again about the incident.
Correct.
So, Mr. Tripathi, on that night when this incident happened, you said that you were on your motorcycle, is that right?
That is correct, sir.
What speed were you riding at?
Sir, at about 60 or 70 kilometers per hour.
On what side of the road were the injured persons lying?
On the right hand side.
Which side of the road was the person running?
On the right hand side.
Are you sure both of them were on the right hand side?
So yes.
What was the distance between you and the man running towards the road, Mr. Tripathi?
Sir, approximately about 20 or 30 odd meters.
Is it correct to say, Mr. Tripathi, that there are no streetlights on that road?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Then how did you see the person running?
So it was with the headlight of my vehicle.
Then is it correct to say that the person running was in front of you, Mr. Tripathi?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Tripathi, this means that the man was not on your right but in front of you?
Yes.
You are a professor, a law abiding citizen, Mr. Tripathi. So, you must have been driving by the left hand side of the road.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
That means the person running towards you was also on the same side of the road as you were, that is the left hand side.
Yes, sir.
But you told the court that he was on the right hand side.
Sir, now I'm a little confused.
Exactly, this is because you haven't visited your in-laws' place at all. You haven't had any occasion to travel at night. You haven't seen anything. And the police did not tell you how to answer these questions.
Objection, Your Honor. The counsel is casting aspersions.
Okay, then why didn't you try to save the injured persons?
So I was scared.
Being a teacher and a responsible citizen, why did you not inform the police about this incident?
So I did not want to get involved with the police and the hassle that comes with it.
Or is it because the police got you involved in a case registered by them against you, Mr. Tripathi?
Your Honor, this has nothing to do with the present case.
It has, Your Honor, it has.
If it has, then put your question, Mr. Shivaji.
Correct?
Very well, Manoj. Mr. Tripathi, did PSI Patil record your statement in this case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tripathi, who is the investigating officer of the sexual harassment case against you?
Sir, I do not recollect as such.
Is it the same officer as this present case?
So mostly yes.
Mr. Tripathi, I put it to you that PSI Patil simply asked you to sign a piece of paper about an incident you have never seen and warned you to stick to it.
So that is not correct.
Mr. Tripathi, did the man running also appear to be injured?
Yes, he was injured.
Then why is there no mention of this pertinent fact that the accused was injured in your statement before the police?
So well, I do not know that.
Correct. You do not know because you didn't know whether he was injured, nor did you know, nor have you seen this incident, and this testimony itself is false.
So that is not correct.
Have you seen the accused any time before or after this incident?
No, sir.
Mr. Tripathi, I put it to you that you never saw any injured person or anyone running with a koita.
So that is not correct.
Mr. Tripathi, I say that you are deposing falsely and that you have not seen anyone that night.
So I deny this.
That would be all, my lord.
Okay, the coordinator may let the witness go. Disconnect. So we saw the cross-examination and it had some elements like contradiction, improvement, omission, and testing credibility of the witness. To take an example, the defense lawyer grilled the witness with respect to which side of the road the accused was, where ultimately the witness, probably unknowingly also, changed his version from right side to the left side. He also seems to have omitted to mention in his statement that accused was also injured. This latter can be corroborated with evidence of other witnesses. An important aspect of some offense being registered against the witness in the same police station itself is brought on record. At first, the prosecutor objects and judge also questions its relevance. As the cross proceeded, we understood the relevance being probability of police having pressurized the witness to just do as directed. Creating probability is important for the defense lawyer because that has potential to create doubt with respect to version of the witness, and accused cannot be convicted on a mere doubt. In any case, I leave it open to you whether to believe the witness or not, because he actually might have seen the incident, but the questions tricked him to answer in such a manner where he said certain things that gave room for different possible versions. That is the fun of cross examination. Best way, especially for students of law, even like us, is to watch such videos and do a panel discussion on it. On this note, I thank you for watching this video, which is result of time and effort put by my colleagues, Advocate Hussein Kopti, Advocate Anuj Zaveri, and Advocate Aditya Sawant along with me. We would be more than happy if our subscribers want to volunteer to be part of such videos. Subscribe to our channel and take care. Namaskar.